My fiancé declared, "I'll put my signature on that prenup the day hell freezes solid." I answered, "Understood," then silently canceled our expensive wedding venue. Her expression drained of color the moment the cancellation email arrived. I, a 31-year-old man, am currently in my home office listening to my former fiancée Bianca, age 28, flood my phone with progressively frantic voicemails. The reason? She just discovered I canceled our $85,000 wedding that was scheduled to take place. Let me go back 6 weeks. Bianca and I became engaged the previous year after 3 years of dating. I run a modest tech consulting company that has performed reasonably well. Not luxury yacht wealth, but solidly comfortable. She works as a lifestyle blogger and influencer with roughly 40,000 followers. Her sponsorship income sits around $30,000 annually. Once we were engaged, Bianca immediately launched into full wedding planning intensity. This was not an ordinary wedding, it was her fantasy wedding. Picture a historic estate venue at $15,000. Catering for 150 guests at $30,000. Floral arrangements $8,000. Photographer and videographer $10,000. Her gown $12,000. Live band $6,000. The expenses kept growing. At first I accepted it. I cared for her, wanted her pleased, and had savings set aside. Then my attorney friend Garrett took me aside during a cookout. "Hey, are you arranging a prenup?" I hadn't considered it. "You own a company, you require one. Bianca isn't chasing my money." Those words later proved ironic. Just raise the subject. If she accepts it, no damage done. So that evening I mentioned it casually. Garrett suggested we should probably arrange a prenup, routine protection for business owners. The atmosphere in the room plunged 20 degrees. Her, "Excuse me, simply to safeguard the company, nothing extreme. You believe I'm a gold digger? No, it's standard practice. If you truly loved me, you would trust me. I do trust you. This is only legal safeguard. I'll sign a prenup when hell freezes over. Bianca, be sensible. You be sensible, we are meant to be partners. What belongs to you belongs to me, and what belongs to you, don't be absurd. You know I don't possess wealth like yours. So what is mine becomes ours, yet what is yours stays yours." Her, "You're distorting everything. God, why are you acting so stingy?" She stormed away. I assumed she needed space to calm down. Wrong. The following day, she informed her entire family that I was financially abusing her by requesting a prenup. Her mother Dater phoned. "How dare you offend my daughter this way?" I requested a standard prenup." That is not an insult. She is offering you the finest years of her life. She is 28, not 80. And I am offering mine as well. A genuine man does not require contracts with his wife. A prudent person protects what he has built. Click. She hung up. Bianca returned that evening pretending nothing had occurred and began displaying centerpiece choices. We must settle the prenup matter first." Her, "There is nothing to settle." "I will not sign it. Now roses or peonies." Bianca, "I am serious." Her, "So am I. Drop the subject or there will be no wedding." "Fine. Good. So peonies, whatever you prefer." She smiled, convinced she had prevailed. She continued discussing napkin shades and chair sashes. I smiled and agreed. I went asleep reflecting. I woke knowing exactly what action to take. Update 1. The next morning I began placing calls, not theatrical ones, purely practical. First, the venue. I explained I needed to cancel because irreconcilable differences had appeared. They reacted surprisingly calmly. Apparently this occurs more often than expected. I recovered 60% of the deposit because the date was more than 120 days away. Next, the caterer. Identical outcome, 50% returned. The photographer refunded the full amount because he had already secured another booking on that date at a higher price. Solid professional, band, florist, every vendor, one after another. Quietly canceled. I informed neither Bianca nor anyone else except my closest friend Marcus, who decided I was either brilliant or completely unhinged. Meanwhile, Bianca operated in full bridezilla mode. She created a wedding Instagram account, posted daily about becoming Mrs. And can't wait to marry my provider, partner. Yes, that post revealed everything. She still raised the prenup occasionally. Or, if you abandon this prenup nonsense, I might allow your groomsman Marcus into the wedding party. Marcus is my best friend. He is already my best man. Well, I believe my cousin Jerome would be preferable. Marcus is rather rough around the edges. Translation. Marcus runs a construction firm, is blue-collar, and she felt embarrassed. Marcus remains my best man, non-negotiable. Everything is negotiable except that ridiculous prenup, crystal clear. 2 weeks later, she grew suspicious that I had stopped inquiring about wedding details. You haven't asked about the menu tasting. You said you had it handled, but you normally express opinions. You normally disregard them. So I decided to spare us both the effort. Are you sulking about the prenup? Nope. You stated it clearly, when hell freezes over. Exactly, so quit moping. I am not moping, I am simply respecting your stance. She narrowed her eyes but let the matter drop. She resumed posting about wedding shoes costing more than most people's monthly rent. Then the vendor messages arrived. The florist left a voicemail while she was at Pilates confirming the cancellation and refund figure. She never checked messages. The venue sent an email. She does not review emails. That's a boy job. Actual quotation. Only a question of time. Update 2. The explosion occurred on a Thursday. Bianca's maid of honor, Scarlett, was at our house for planning. They were reviewing the checklist when Scarlett proposed calling the venue about menu choices. I sat in my office but overheard everything. Venue. I am sorry, there appears to be a misunderstanding. This wedding was canceled 3 weeks ago. What? That cannot be possible. Mr. My Name contacted us personally. We already processed the partial refund. Put it back. Rebook it. I am sorry, that date has been taken by another party. We have openings next year. Click. The scream that followed likely registered on seismic instruments. What did you do? Me, emerging calmly, canceled the wedding. You cannot do that. Actually, I can. I am the person who paid for every item. This is insane. The wedding is 4 months away. Me, was 4 months away. You canceled my wedding? Our wedding, which you declared would not occur without a prenup, so I honored that. I did not mean it literally. You literally said, drop it or there will be no wedding. I dropped it. There is no wedding. That is not what I intended. What did you intend then? I meant. You meant you wanted me to remain silent and finance everything while you refused basic legal protection. Message received. You cannot simply cancel someone's dream wedding. I can cancel an event I am financing, yes. Bianca was now frantically checking emails, discovering cancellation notices from every vendor. The photographer, the band, you canceled everything. Yep, received decent refunds as well. That prenup is starting to look rather reasonable now, isn't it? This is blackmail. This is consequences. You said no prenup, no wedding. I agreed. I will sue you. For what? Canceling vendors I paid. She began crying, not sorrowful tears, rage tears. My dress, what about my dress? Me, still yours. I did not purchase that one. Your father did. The invitations already went out. Digital save the dates, simple to send a revision. What will people think? That we are not getting married? Which is accurate. You are a monster. I am a man who was informed his partner preferred no wedding rather than sign a prenup. I listened. We are going to repair this. Call everyone back. Book new vendors. With what funds? Your money. That sits in my accounts that you would have no claim to under a prenup. That money? Yes, I mean no. What do you mean no? I mean no. I'm not financing another wedding without a prenup. Then I will pay for it with your $30,000 a year. Good luck, her family will assist. The same family labeling me financially abusive for wanting a prenup cannot wait to witness their contribution. Update 3. Bianca returned to her parents' house that night, not because I forced her out. I would never do that, but because she could not bear looking at my face. The following 72 hours proved instructive. First came the family offensive. Her father, Terrence, called. You humiliated my little girl. She humiliated herself by refusing to be reasonable. A prenup is insulting. Then finance the wedding yourself. No prenup required if I am not involved. We do not possess that kind of money. Neither do I any longer spend it on cancellation fees. You are lying. You still have money. Me had past tense. Amazing how quickly $85,000 evaporates. I was exaggerating. I recovered roughly $40,000 in refunds, but he did not need that information. Next arrived the flying monkeys. Her friends, cousins, random followers all messaging me. How could you? She loved you. This is financial abuse. You destroyed her dream. Small dick energy. That final comment made me laugh. I answered none of them, but here is where it improved. Bianca launched a GoFundMe. Help me rescue my dream wedding after financial abuse. The description was a masterpiece of invention. According to her, I abruptly demanded a prenup weeks before the wedding. It had been 4 months. I canceled everything without notice after 3 weeks of her refusing discussion. I was holding the wedding hostage. Accurate, actually. She was devastated and traumatized, yet still posting selfies. Goal, $50,000. Raised in 3 days, $1,247, mostly from her mother and aunt. The comments were savage. Maybe sign the prenup. Why should we fund your wedding? This is what occurs when you marry for money. Team Groom. Honestly, she deleted the entire campaign after someone shared screenshots of her partner, post. Then came the negotiation attempt. She arrived with her parents. Bianca, okay, let's discuss. Me, about what? Her, I will consider a prenup with conditions. I am listening. 1. It expires after 5 years. No, you did not let me finish. 2, I receive the house if we divorce. The house I purchased before we met. No, 3 monthly allowance of $10,000. Allowance. Are you my wife or my child? She has standards. And I have boundaries, original prenup or no wedding. Be reasonable, son. I am, your daughter is not. Fine. I will sign your stupid basic prenup. Me, excellent, I will have my attorney prepare it. And then you will rebook everything. No, what? I will arrange a wedding, not the wedding. Something sensible, perhaps 50 guests, a nice restaurant reception. That is not my dream wedding. Your dream wedding depended on no prenup. You want a prenup. Different wedding. This is manipulation. Me, this is budgeting. I'm not dropping another $85,000 after this episode. Then I am not signing. Okay, no wedding then. You are bluffing. Test me. They departed. But not before Terrence muttered something about knowing people who could deal with me. I simply laughed. Terry, you sell insurance. Settle down. Final update. So we are no longer together. Shocking, right? After the failed negotiation, Bianca went nuclear. She posted a tearful story on Instagram about how I destroyed her dreams and was financially controlling. Tagged me and everything. My reply, I posted the evidence, screenshots of her stating, I'll sign when hell freezes over. Her partner post. The GoFundMe claiming our 4-month engagement lasted only weeks. Her text declaring what's yours is mine. Caption, interesting definition of financial abuse. Her followers turned against her rapidly. Apparently many had witnessed her bragging about marrying a walking ATM, her own words in a now-deleted story. The comments were harsh yet fair. Girl, you played yourself. Sign the prenup then. This is embarrassing for you. Imagine fumbling an entire man over paperwork. She deleted everything and switched the account to private. But genuine karma arrived from an unexpected source. Remember her former boyfriend, Dominic, the man she dated before me? He messaged me with information. Turns out she had attempted similar tactics with him. He was a dentist. She wanted her name placed on his practice. He refused. She threatened to leave. He called her bluff. She left. Then tried to return once she realized he was serious. Dominic, bro, you dodged a missile. She told everyone I was abusive too. Said I was controlling for not making her co-owner of my dental practice after only 8 months of dating. We actually met for beers. Decent guy. He is now married to an orthodontist who insisted on a prenup herself. They joke about it. The last message I received from Bianca was a lengthy text at 2 a.m. I hope you're happy. You ruined everything. I loved you and you discarded it over money. I was going to give you beautiful children and a perfect life, but you chose paper over love. Scarlett says you're probably gay anyway. Have fun dying alone with your precious business. P.S. I'm keeping the ring, I answered. The ring I purchased with my money that you refused to protect with a prenup? Bold move. Also, it is insured and has been reported as stolen property. Enjoy explaining that to the pawn shop. She mailed it back the following day. Current status? I am single and completely content with it. Retained my business and every asset. Used a portion of the wedding refund money for an excellent home theater system. Began dating a financial analyst who raised the subject of prenups before I did. Bianca, living with her parents. GoFundMe Part 2 collected $37. Posted about becoming a literacy coach for women. Currently seeing some crypto enthusiast who drives a leased BMW. Her family still occasionally messages me about destroying her life. I have blocked most of them. Dater somehow obtained my work email and sent a manifesto explaining how real men provide without conditions. Forwarded it to my attorney just in case. The entire episode taught me a great deal. Primarily, 1. When someone reveals who they are, gold digger, believe them. 2. A partner unwilling to protect assets you built before them is not a partner. 3. The wedding industry is a scam. $85,000 for a single day. 4. Always obtain a prenup. Always, to anyone reading this, if your partner loses their composure over a basic prenup, leave. If they claim that protecting assets you created before them equals lack of trust, leave faster. If they say, when hell freezes over, take them at their word and respond accordingly. My sole regret. Not canceling everything earlier, I could have recovered more money.